Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our announcer Dave Rodman here, on a little breezy Sunday morning as we get ready for today's afternoon program. 9 live races, couple carryovers, 4 races on the grass. We are fast and firm and a little breezy, right?
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. The lines of the song just now, and it's probably, well, I think we're in better shape. But it's a little chilly for this time of year. A very windy night, extreme winds last evening all across the Mid-Atlantic region. They are actually calming today, down to 20 miles an hour, 15 gusting up to about possibly 25 throughout the afternoon. So strong west winds, that means tailwind, and they'll be running into the wind down the stretch.
I was going to ask you that because I heard in one of your calls yesterday you mentioned when they're going down the backstretch, they had the tailwind down the backstretch and they run against it coming up the home stretch.
Yeah, west is kind of over that way, and so they're from the west. So they're the opening quarters here yesterday. You know, a lot of fans aren't on track, so try to mention it at times.
Sure.
So hopefully people will know. But I guess if you're in this area, you know it's windy.
It's a little windy, but hopefully it'll warm up. Sunday brunch is up there cooking. Chef Damon's up there. The terrace dining room is open, plus tips and tycoons up there in the garden terrace area. How was your Florida Derby day? Nyquist team, Doug O'Neill, they're back. Hopefully they keep going strong. Nyquist looked good down there yesterday in the Express Bet Florida Derby. Hope to see them in Baltimore.
Yeah, it looked like Mohamed, Nyquist were going to hook up around the far turn. Nyquist suddenly leaves him. And not much fire from Mohamed through the stretch. Apparently, I read this morning he's come out of the race okay. So no real excuse there, except for maybe a bit of an off track. I don't know. But Nyquist, a little bit more, I think, early turn of foot. A very stout horse, and that served him well yesterday. Good-looking win, kind of drifted a little bit in late stretch. A lot of people, wondering about that. I just kind of think it was a combination of the track. Nobody was around him, and the lights perhaps on at the wire, coming to the stretch at Gulfstream. Happened to see a low angle shot there. It's something we really kind of don't have here or have to deal with very much, but kind of a different lighting photo finish system there, much similar to, you remember, Colonial Downs.
Yes,
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I remember, and same kind of running style a little bit as I'll Have Another. It was, of course, Doug O'Neill was in town for the Preakness back in 2012, and it looks like Nyquist with the same kind of running style.
Well, we hope to see Doug O'Neill back. He loves Baltimore and had a great time here last time he was here. I'll Have Another.
Yeah, they do a great job at helping racetracks promote big races. After the Florida Derby yesterday, the America's Best Racing team was back there at Doug O'Neill's barn, live periscoping Nyquist getting a bath after winning the Florida Derby. And I think that's huge for horse racing.
By-air figure was 94, so a lot of people, talking about that this morning. Maybe the figure needs more spirit next week.
Yeah, more spirit for that's one of the Baffert runners, right?
Yeah, that's kind of my early. I think people will be talking a little bit about that horse next week. We'll find out.
And big weekend next weekend. The Florida Derby was a big 3-year-old race yesterday. Next weekend, first of all, we have 2 very nice 3-year-old races here at Laurel Park next Saturday. The Federico Tessio, which is a win and you're in for the Preakness Stakes, and also the Weber City Miss, which is a win and you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. So looking forward to next Saturday here at Laurel Park, and then 3 other major Preakness preps, down there at Keeneland, the Bluegrass, Santa Anita and the Wood Memorial, correct?
Yeah, big crowd yesterday here with the giveaway to the Florida Derby, and a couple of OTB patrons also won that 2017 Florida Derby.
Yep.
Handle was way up, and I think we'll see the same thing next weekend as interest begins to grow here to the Triple Crown.
Yeah, phenomenal handle here yesterday. They hit the pick 5 for 4,000. We had some nice long shots, so a couple nice carryovers today, and good to see Michael Dickinson back to the races here. First horse he saddled since 2007. It was the first time he came back to Laurel Park since 2003. I know you remember this day when he won 2 graded stakes. He had a Wavo in the Grade 1 to Francis Dash, and also Tappet, who's the sire of Mohaman. Tappet was in the Grade 2 Laurel Fraternity that year and won it that year on the dirt. So good to see Dickinson back at it.
Yeah, kind of got lost in the shuffle, I think, with all the Florida Derby hoopla yesterday. But, our release went out this morning, and I think people pay attention to the fact that Michael Dickinson is indeed back.
And he trains right here in Maryland, up there in northeast Maryland at his farm, Topeka Farm, which of course he named the synthetic surface after. So great Saturday. Looking forward to another huge handle here this afternoon with the carryovers. Let's get you right into it here. There are the carryovers. The rolling super high 5 will start in race 1, $1,311 for that super high 5 carryover in race 1. And we have that every race with 7 or more betting interests. And then our Rainbow Pick 6 carryover, that will start in race 4 today. Carryover a little over $3,600 for today's Rainbow Pick 6. No carryover in the Pick 5. Someone had a nice score yesterday in the Pick 5, but we always have that industry low 12% takeout in the Pick 5. That starts race 5 today. And there's a picture of the main dirt track in the turf course. The turf course looking better than ever this year. They put some special grass seed in it over the winter time, and we had that nice blanket of snow for the blizzard, and the turf course looking good. Michael Dickinson, he was out there walking on it yesterday before he won the race. So we're fast and firm today, 50s. Sunny and
Let's go. Anyway, if you watch the Twitter feed, it's pretty funny.
Yes, it is.
Tris Abbott kind of.
Well, Dickinson, a very good sport.
He was planning ahead for next week, maybe, for
Probably.
another entry. Yeah,
exactly.
With a rail at 52 feet.
That's why they call him the Mad Genius. But he was a very funny guy, very humble.
Yeah.
Talking to him after the races, after he won, why'd you come back to training? He said he wanted to prove to himself that he wasn't as bad as he was before. Of course, he's saying that with tongue in cheek.
Yeah, tongue in cheek. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and and also the thing that he said to you, he was a little bit worried that horse wouldn't settle up front, but Trevor doing a great job at trying to get that mare from trying to run off a little bit there. You know. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Great job. Good Trevor credit for that front end ride.
Yeah, that's a nice filly by Broken Vow. Once they get her to settle a little bit, she could make some big-time noise around here on the grass. So looking forward to seeing lots more nice runners from the Michael Dickinson barn. Let's get right to it, though, here in today's opener. Well, first, let's take a look at our leading jockeys and trainers going into today's Sunday card. Trevor McCarthy, he's your leading rider with 43 wins over Victor Carrasco with 38. Jevion Toledo, big day yesterday with 3 wins. Mm-hmm. And then you had Horacio Caramanos, the turf specialist. He had a nice long shot winner on the grass. And then Lane Luzzy, the apprentice there, rounding out the top 5 for the jockeys. And here's our leading trainers. Kieran McGee, big day yesterday. He won the first 3.
Right, won the first 3, puts him in the lead.
Yep, over Claudio, and then Mike Trombetta. Claudio Gonzalez with 19 wins. Trombetta and Ness tied with 15. And then Mary Epler had a nice win here on Friday with double whammy with 11 wins. Those are your leading jockeys and trainers as we go into today's Sunday card. Did you smell brunch when you were coming down from the press box?
I saw it. I saw the dessert array actually out there. It was pretty good.
We'll have to go check it out for Sunday fun to hear.
I knew I was running late, so,
all right.
So that's right by.
Well, let's get right to it here for today's opener. Maiden claiming there's the super high 5 carryover, a little over $1,300, $1 minimum play. Nice 15% low take out there for the super high 5. I like a 15-to-1 shot on top here in the first race. Let's take a look at my super high 5 ticket here. Maiden claiming 10,000 filly mares, 3 and up, 5.5 on the dirt. I think the one hideaway 7-5. I'm not too impressed with that horse. I don't like the inside post. I'll go with the 3 Crooked, second-time starter for Linda Albert. She gets the leading rider. Trevor McCarthy aboard, first-time Lasix. 15-to-1 here on this 3-year-old filly by Louis Couture. Just draw a line through that first race. Pretend like it didn't happen. I think this horse is a little bit better. So I'll use the 3 Crooked on top over the 1-2, over the 1-2-4-5 with the 1-2-4-5-7, all down there at the bottom. $54 play for today's opening first race, Super High 5. Here's why I like the 3 Crooked. Like I said, I'm not too impressed with the 1 Hideaway at 7-5. The 3 Crooked by Louis Couture's out of the Yarrow Bray mare Vontae. She was 4 for 7. 7 starts, won 4 times, $70,000 in earnings. She won a 2 other than allowance race here at Laurel Park. Won a couple allowance races actually. So the mare's pretty good. So by Louis Couture's has been solid stallion around here. I'll give this horse a shot with the leading rider Trevor McCarthy in first-time Lasix.
Yeah, you're getting lead rider there, and also a late change of equipment, blinkers on. I got that just before we came out here too. So a good stat from Linda Albert, second time start with leading rider, first Lasix, and now late change of equipment, blinkers on. Will probably come down because of that. You know, that was a factor, blinkers on, that was not there when the morning line was made, obviously.
Yep, probably won't get the 15-1. The 1 Hideaway, do you like that horse much? A decent third last time over a good track, good sealed track. We have a fast track today. Maybe that steps the horse up a little bit. It was a decent effort last time. I don't think the horse has too much early speed, so it might get buried down there on the inside down the backstretch.
I mean, I prefer Salvation or Mrs. Brenner, the 2 horses that come out of the race, won by Glitterati. They were both beaten double digits, but Glitterati was a double-digit winner, won by 11.5. I thought a good race there from Salvation. So, you know, at the price of Hideaway versus Salvation, Mrs. Brenner, I'd give those 2 maybe the edge.
Yeah, you get a nice 7-2 there on the 2 Salvation, and Chucky Houghton goes to his long shot rider Al Couture's. Their ROI together recently, a little more than $9. So Cortez and Chucky Houghton, they've teamed up with some nice long shot winners. The 2 7-2 there in race 1. All right, good luck in the first race, Super High 5. If they don't hit it in the first race, it'll carry on over to the second race, which kicks off the first of 3 pick 4s here this afternoon. And like you said, very nice handle here yesterday. And the early pick 4 and the late pick 4s are really getting the most play. So race 2 is going to kick off our early pick 4, claiming 7,500 filly and mares, never win 2 lifetime, going a flat mile. I'll go with the 5 here. Grecian Star, Gary Capuano gets the apprentice Lane Luzzy. This horse hasn't been running too well, but Gary Capuano doing the right thing, just like Gary Contessa did yesterday, dropping the horse into a race here where he can be competitive. Second race back off a little brief February freshening.
Yeah, the other horse you have in there, Best Friends, trained by Michael Gorham. Once again, it worked yesterday, Stan. See the trainer, bet the trainer, walking through the grandstand, and see trainer Michael Gorham watching a replay of a horse that he had not seen run here. I guess they were on vacation. And sure enough, here comes Michael Gorham yesterday with another winner, with Victor Carrasco yesterday, Supercheck, who paid a decent price. So
game winner down there on the inside.
So I didn't see Gorham this morning, but I do like that. That Best Friends is coming here off of a race that he was on the rail there at 7 furlongs. Not the best post position draw. Coming back here with Carrasco once again, who got him the victory there for the maiden 7. I think well placed in here. I like that pick in there, that Best Friends.
I've been a fan of Mike Gorham since I cashed my only bet the summer I was up at Saratoga with Mandy's Gold. That was way back in 2002. But in the barn, really picking up some steam here ever since they had that Irish-inspired first-time winner on St. Patty's week. They've had a bunch of winners. Supercheck yesterday. They've been claiming some nice horses. So I think the Mike Gorham barn on a roll, and he gets Victor Carrasco. So I used the horse in the exact. The 3, Tis Alarming here. Second time back off a little brief freshening. The first time back was a winning effort there, March 19th in the slop at Charlestown. Gets Angel Cruz aboard here, and it took him 10 times to break the maiden, but now might have a little more confidence facing winners for the first time.
Yeah, she should be forwardly placed in a good spot there throughout a race. That's kind of her best advantage. 3 of her last 4 races have been on the off, but she's run okay on the fast track over this surface here back January 30th.
All right, that's race 2 to kick off our early pick 4. Expect a nice live pull there in that early pick 4. Let's turn the page. Race 3, very nice maiden special weight here for maidens 3 and up, going 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. I don't have any changes in here.
Well, I got Caramanos on the 1.
Yes.
Forest Boys is off today. Xavier Perez on the 7, and the 5 is a a gelding. Debuts as a gelding.
Debuts
So,
as a
yeah.
gelding. Okay, you know I always like that angle. I'm going to
I-
go.
Yeah, I don't know. When he was gelded, obviously never run before.
All right, I go with the 3 here. Blue Moon Ace on top here for trainer Larry Murray. It's a nice Howard Bender homebred here, Maryland bred by Malibu Moon. That's a top sire out of the Menifee mare, Access Fee. She was a 2-time stakes winner here in Maryland, won the Priminetta, the What a Summer. She made over $150,000. So this is a very, very well-bred 3-year-old from a live barn. Gets the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, aboard.
Yeah, and in looking at this first-time starter, I looked at the dam right away, Access Fee. I said, there's something I remember about this horse, because Larry Murray, didn't always win a lot with first-time starters in the past, and I do remember now, after looking this mare up on Equibase, she won first out at first asking over this track handily by 7 lengths, and you mentioned went on to win the What a Summer, went on to win the Priminetta. She was a very, very nice dam. So win early for sure for Blue Moon Ace.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see the stats recently for the Larry Murray first-time starters. Of course, he had the nice Maryland's Love last fall, big long shot first out winner. You see the positive ROI, almost $9 for his first-time starters. And I didn't see that Access Fee had won first time out.
I just
So
for
I
some
like her
reason
even
looked
more.
it up. The horses. She rang a bell in back in my head somewhere. Yeah, and I remember that almost now visually watching her win back in 2007 or 8 or whenever it was.
And, of course, Larry trained that one. Larry probably trained the second dam, knows the whole family, so I like that even more. The 1, Hill Shadow, real sharp effort in the debut. Got beat a whisker to Richie's Rich that day. Came back in a decent third in the second start here at Laurel Park. Gets Caramonos aboard for Robin Graham. I don't like the inside post. This horse will be coming late probably. Hopefully Caramonos can have a clear running lane, turn her for home.
Yeah, Blue Moon Ace by Malibu Moon, and on the 6 horse you got the Malibu Moon mare Sagamoon, who was maiden winner at 2. She won the Busanda. Pretty nice campaigning mare. She was 4 for 15 lifetime, so there's a lot of Malibu Moon and Country Life of pedigree kind of in this race from top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think the inside post is going to compromise the 1? Hill Shadow didn't break very well last time.
I don't know what to make of Hill Shadow. Probably should have run a little better last time out, but that horse at Big House, he's okay right now. There's no doubt about it. So willing to excuse that. Big close there in the debut run. Perhaps he can just settle it a little bit. He did hop at the start. He's down inside once more again today. I guess you'd prefer an outside draw, but I think Caramonos probably take him back a little bit, try to get him out.
Been running some strong races. That's why I use him in the exacta. But the 6 Backseat Lover, you mentioned a solid breeding by Not For Love, Rodney Jenkins. He can fire first time out, and he gets a real nice outside draw here with one of the leading riders.
Zapata was a disappointment last time out. I know you didn't use that horse. He comes out of the Big House race, was one of the favorites in there. Hill Shadow beat him, but he was on the rail at 6 furlongs today. He gets an outside draw. And he's got plenty of early speed.
I loved him back in February 6th. I heard the horse was doing very well. He ran his eyeballs out that day, took pressure early on, just got beat ahead, and then came back, maybe bounced a little bit in that March 12th race, was down on the inside again, but it couldn't prove a lot today, I think, with the outside draw. Javion Toledo with 3 wins yesterday aboard for Phil Schoenthal. That barn been doing well recently. So 4-to-1 price, that I wouldn't shock me that much at all.
He's probably going to show speed again. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's get a commercial break here. When we come back, we'll take on today's Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover in today's Pick 6. That starts in race 4. We'll start with that when we come back.
Our day begins early, preparing for the task ahead, focused on a single goal. Then it's showtime. Ready to face another challenge. And while victory may be uncertain, you can always bet on us to be at our very best.
Welcome back. Today at the race is presented by Fidelity. First, I'm Stan Salter, Dave Rodman here, and sun's coming out, still a little breezy, but we're fast and firm today here at Laurel Park. The Pick 6 starts in race 4. We have 4 grass races here this afternoon. All 4 of those are going to be in the Pick 6 sequence, and there's the carryover, $3,642 for the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, starting right here in race 4, and we also start our middle Pick 4 here in the 4th race. There's my Pick 6 ticket, though, a $67.20 play. Hopefully I'm live after this first leg, Dave. I think this is a wide-open maiden special weight, going a mile on the grass. We're on the all-along turf course here for race 4, no rail. I'm going 7 deep. I think it's wide open. Grand Motion has a couple runners in here. I used the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully I'm live here after this first leg. My key horse coming up in race 7, number 5, the Monster's back. Monster Sleeping, be a very short price favorite there in race 7 for trainer Dale Capuano. Can I get live here after this first leg here?
I sure hope so with all those horses.
I sure hope so as well. My price play coming up is in...
I think you have the winner on the ticket, put it to you that way.
I hope so.
On the first leg.
I hope so. My best bet, number 5, Monster Sleeping in race 7. I like a nice price horse in race 6. That's a wide open scramble, 5.5 on the turf there. Race 6. We're on the Dahlia turf course for race 6. 52 feet is the rail, and I like the 5, Gator Gold. Victor Carrasco aboard for Phil Schoenthal, 8-1 on that runner. We'll talk more about that race in a second, but let's tackle the first leg of the Pick 6 here. Race 4 on the all-along 1-mile turf, maiden special weight. The 8, Pop Rocks Lady by Sydney's Candy, Grand Motion runner here. Trevor McCarthy aboard, and this filly has some experience over the grass. A real good third over that very soft turf last November here at Laurel Park. Family meeting. The winner of that race would come back and win. Now, I'm not too worried about the race down there at Tampa. I think Grand Motion just getting the race into the filly. She ran okay down there after some time away. Now she should be fresh for this race. Been working down there at Camden in South Carolina. Gets a nice outside draw here with the leading rider.
I don't know the true circumstance, but it looks to me like maybe they brought her to Florida thinking she'd break her maiden on the turf down there, and then something minor happened to her in January. They sent her off and freshened her back up. And so she's back here. You got that line with family meeting over this course, which was soft at the time back in November. And she's going to be on everybody's ticket, and I think she's the horse to beat.
I'll throw the 1 in there, Icy Mist. The Dove Houghton barn woke up the other day. Couple real nice winners.
2 winners for Dove Houghton.
Yep. On Friday, right?
Right.
And good to see her back in the winner's circle. Good trainer, and now she's doing well. She gets Callie Francois aboard here on Icy Mist. And this filly by Fairbanks, he can throw some nice turf runners. Callie Francois is going to save all the ground going into that first turn. Last time we saw this filly on the grass here at Laurel Park last October, maiden special weight, and a real good second to Irina Baranova that day.
Yeah, right. Irina Baranova came back to break maiden, run well after that, and comes off a dirt race in February here. Back to the turf, and I believe there was a winner of that Marilyn Monroe race yesterday. Was it Gorham's horse? I'm not sure.
The Super
it rings
Check?
a bell now, yeah. Okay, anyway. No, that was a boy. That was a colt.
That was a colt.
Anyway, I do think the race produced a winner. Nevertheless, she's had 10 tries, but not 10 tries on the turf, and she does fit here. For sure. The other horse you got, Rose Essence. They paid a lot of money for her.
Yep.
High hopes. They're not giving up yet. And off the freshening, coming back to a mile on the turf. She's never really been two-turn skip for a couple times back spring last year at Pimlico. She showed speed and kind of faltered late there. Got beat by a long shot, actually. That race was on the main track. Wyandotte, I believe, was like 50-1 that day. So coming off of sprints and a little time away, I think she'll be sharp.
I liked her a couple times in those sprints, and she always kind of seemed like to get in trouble. It always picked up some checks, and she's probably going to be the main speed in here. As you see that race back at Pimlico last May, she was in front early, and a decent third, Wavy Needle, who was second in that race, would come back and win. Grand Motion has another horse in here on the outside, the 10, Flower Valley. Rider change on that one. Also scratched the 3, Truly Striking here at a race 4. But the 10, Flower Valley, make the rider Brian Pedrosa there for Grand Motion. Trying the turf for the first time. You can't throw out Grand Motion runners on the grass. So I go 7 deep. I use that runner as well. You're getting a nice 12-1 price there on that horse.
Big field on the turf to a shorter field on the dirt to start the pick 5. The 5th race, take out 6 and 7. No super high 5 in the 5th race
And
on the card.
Ty Ellis will be on with me this afternoon. He'll have a ticket for you for the Pig 5. No carryover. They hit it yesterday for 4,000 and change, but we still have that nice industry low 12% takeout starting here in race 5s. The 3-year-olds or 4 and up never win 3, 7,500, going 6 furlongs. I go with the 5 here. Doherty, Tim Salzman, Trevor McCarthy aboard. I like the route, the sprint angle. Tim Salzman 1 for 4 recently with that angle. This horse a good third last time, going 1.70 miles last time out up at Penn National. Same kind of level here, and I love the cutback with Trevor McCarthy aboard.
Yeah, well, with the scratches of 6 and the 7, there's not going to be a lot of pace in here, so I would assume that the 3 Excellent Royale would be every bit of that 7 to 5, perhaps lower now with the scratches in the race. And he certainly got speed, pace type advantage in here. Comes off a good race behind Elusive Breeze, though beaten. Timely claim for the Hugh McMahon barn. He's well spotted here against Doherty, who'll probably be a little farther back, I would imagine.
Yeah, the 3 Excellent Royal be the heavy favorite. Hugh McMahon, he's 12% off the claim here recently. Barnes been doing well, 26% here recently. So, yeah, I have that horse. I only go 2 deep in my pick 6 ticket here in the second leg. Only a 5-horse field. I go with the 2 favorites, the 3 Excellent Royale and the 5 Doherty there in race 5. Race 6, a bigger field. We're back to the turf here. For race 6. We're on the Dahlia turf course here in race 6, and this kicks off our late pick 4 this afternoon. The Dahlia course, 52 feet is the rail, claiming 7,500. Wide open scramble here, 5.5 furlongs. I like the 5 Gator Gold, and we have a video here on the 5 Gator Gold. This horse is 0 for 11 on the grass, but this was a real good second, I thought, back on December 11th over a good turf course. I know the comment line says late duel hung, but Fantod, who's in front here, the 10-year-old for Chucky Houghton, I think I'm a big fan of Fantod. Fantod was dead game here in this win and a couple wins last year. Fantod was very sharp, so I thought this second here with Gator Gold to Fantod. You see Fantod down there on the inside, just a dead game. Gator Gold, though, a good second, gets beat ahead there at 26 to 1. Nice 78 buyer speed figure there for Gator Gold. Gets Victor Carrasco today for Schoenthal, who's been doing well.
Winning race on video there to a horse who was sharp at the time, and that was December 11th. Nope, you're not. That's correct. That was pretty late in the turf season. You could probably tell by the lawn there here at Laurel Park. So I thought he handled that kind of ground. It had a little give in it. It was rated good near the end. Could have been one of the last turf races of the season, actually, here at Laurel back December of last year. Now, firm, sunny. I think that's going to suit him.
And the horse has a couple of races under his belt recently. A win, 2 back here at Laurel Park. That was on the dirt, but that December 11th race that was coming off the layoff, and they had him protected in for the waiver claim that day. So I think they like this horse, and I like the price here, 8 to 1 on the 5 Gator Gold. Let's see. We have a scratch on the 10 Habanera Gold here out of race 6. So that means off the AE, the 14 Private Tutor is going to run today. I go with the 12, second though in my exact. Big price here maybe for this horse trained by Tony Aguirre. Angel Cruz aboard. Outside, this is very far outside, maybe too far outside.
He was 7th in that same race, showed you on video a few moments ago, but had been in decent form on previous turf runs here as well.
He had a sharp win against open 11,000 claimers last summer here at Laurel Park. A good win that day with a 78 buyer. The horse got in a bunch of trouble after that race, so see if the 12 put your seatbelt on. Coming fresh here off the layoff for Tony Aguirre. Has been working here at Laurel Park. Should get a big price on that one. The 9 trying the grass for the first time here, Compulsive. I just throw the horse in there. Kieran McGee, your leading trainer, big day yesterday. He's sharp off the claim. 29% first off the claim. He just claimed this horse for a nickel. Puts the apprentice Kevin Gomez aboard and has some early speed and might like the grass.
And with Habanera Gold out, that's one of the speeds, big speed out of the race there. So that should help Compulsive. McGee's got 2, including piece of the action. Warhorse, 8 years old, 19 wins, only 1 turf try though. But he's keeping him on the lawn today, which is an interesting move here for McGee, who's got 2 in the race. And I've seen this horse show speed piece of action. He's come from behind.
Yep.
He's jumped over horses to win.
Yep.
Literally, almost. I mean, really, I remember a race he got in a ton of trouble and still won. So he's an interesting horse on the lawn. Second time on the lawn.
Well, a classy 8-year-old.
Yeah.
He's won 19 races, over 300,000 in career earnings. So you know he's dead game, and he gets the turf rider Horacio Caramanos aboard at 9-2.
All right. 7th race, scratch 1, scratch 9. Lane Luzzy on the 2, Xavier Perez on the 7. In the 7th, 5.5, staying on the turf, second wire.
That's a real nice allowance feature of the afternoon. These races don't go too often. They're hard to fill. This is a 3 other than allowance condition. Could be a stakes race. Optional claiming 40,000. We're on the all-along turf course here. No rail, and the Monster is back, but I think we're going to show the video of the horse that you like first.
I mean,
the Three
Monster
Lakes-
Sleeping's got a lot of class. We'll talk about that, obviously. This is her first race back since November, and it is 5.5. So maybe Lake Sebago, a horse like number 3, Lake Sebago, could have a little bit of a chance in here. This is not a turf race we're showing you, but a dirt race. Now, she's tried the Laurel turf 1 time, was beaten 2 lengths. Had a bit of a trouble trip, broke slowly, and an eye-catching bid to finish 6th by 2 lengths, only time on the turf. And in this race, this is her last race on a running line, March 18th over the dirt, was victim to the lone, very quick mare named Fat Cat, who took them all the way. The horse on the lead in the black, Lake Sebago, does rally to finish 2nd, was 5th at the 8th pole call. There she is in the kind of the light blue colors, I believe, on the outside. She was spotlighted earlier. I missed that. That's her colors there on the outside. And she does have some kick. There she comes. Not a bad effort, I thought. And a good effort, too, only to start on the turf when she arguably could have been closer to the winner there October 16th last year.
Yeah, it was a real tough 3 other than allowance race, that lone turf try. Only
Right.
beaten 2.5 lengths in that try. The John Robb barn been doing well, and against the hot jock Javion Toledo, who won 3 races yesterday. But the heavy favorite in here is going to be the 5, Monster Sleeping, 7-year-old Maryland bred by Oratory. She's made almost $500,000, most of that on the grass. Here's her win last August in the Jamila, going 6 furlongs. There you see her with the spotlight there, with the blinkers coming in the Charles Reed colors. That's Chip Reed as we know him here, the corner stable. If Monster Sleeping wins today, crab cakes and ribs for everybody. Here she comes, though. This race going 6 furlongs. And she's got to work to get up there, but she does get up and wins by 2.25 lengths here. Here's Monster Sleeping in the Jamelia. She'd come back and win the Maryland Million Ladies in October over a firm turf course going 1 mile and an 1/8. So she's very versatile. My only concern is maybe the 5.5 is maybe just a little too short.
Exactly, right. 5.5. It's a tricky off the layoff, and you know, she's 7 now. There's good things ahead for her again in 2016.
Yeah, absolutely. She loves the grass here, though, at Laurel Park at a 10 starts, 6 times in the money with 3 wins. And I like the 2 Bullet Works posted here at Laurel Park. 2 Bullet half-mile works for trainer Dale Capuano and Monster Sleeping. The Dale Cap barn been doing well recently, and good to see Trevor McCarthy, the leading rider, take the call on her.
A little note on the 70, Dubai's Humor. I didn't know what to make of her. She's kind of tailed off in the dirt lately, but she's a half to Hot Fun, who was okay on the turf. I meant that was another bar horse, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think it was. Yep.
Yeah, Charm City outside, always dangerous with Mary Epler and Karamanos. I mean, if you can, believe Monster Sleeping's too much class for them, well, single. If not, then there's a few ways to go.
Yeah, Jerry Brooks has a horse on the outside. The 8-2 Wonders gets Brian Pedrosa. Jerry Brooks has had this horse in his barn before, and this horse is a 9-time winner on the grass, made almost $250,000 on the grass. I think most of those races going long. This is a comeback race, hasn't run since December. We'll see what happens, but I like the outside draw with Brian Pedrosa there on the 8-2 Wonders.
All right, race 8, scratch the 2, scratch the 5.
Nice.
No high 5.
No super high 5 here in race 5. Nice second level allowance condition going 3/4. I go to the 7, Secret Garden, who is just a very, very consistent filly. 5 starts so far this year, 3 wins, 2 seconds. She likes Laurel Park here. She's been running at Charlestown, even though she likes Laurel Park so much. She's been running at Charlestown the past couple races.
4 days ago she ran.
She's coming right back here for Jose Corrales, Taylor Hole aboard her, and Taylor Hole fits this filly well. She likes to come from off the pace a little bit. Taylor Hole very good at doing that, and just in razor sharp form right now is the 7 Secret Garden. I use her on top here.
Yeah, in the entry, next best thing, Printasticat. Printasticat kind of looking to regain her best form, but I thought a big race 2 back from next best thing to Lovable Lady in that allowance race there. You know, she comes back to top form. She's a 2-time winner at Laurel as the Secret Garden. I think the race between that entry and the 7, I don't think too many surprises there. But though you like that line of best fit, I'm not too excited about that last race, to be honest with you, but maybe she can put 3 in a row together.
Well, her last 2 races been very consistent, similar speed numbers, a good win at Charlestown. And now I thought that was a tough field she beat there in that last allowance race over a good sealed track here. Speed from the inside, so she might get a little pressed early. 4-1 there on the 3 line of best fit. His first race right around the corner here.
Well, I think we should move to the 9th race because this could be the blow-up race. And I believe you picked a long shot on top, Stan.
Yeah, the 3, Leroy's Queen here. 12-1 with Laurie Lee Glazier aboard for trainer Ricky Silman. This is a maiden claiming 16,000 filly mares, going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia turf course rails at 52 feet. The 3 trying to grass for the first time by Leroy de Sanamo. We know he can throw some big-time turf runners. The Dam didn't win, however, it did run on the grass and had 2 nice seconds, I believe, against Maiden Special Weight Company on the grass. So that's enough for me here in a wide-open race. I like the turf pedigree on the 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's some turf pedigree in a few of them. 2 solid silver. I have to Silver Tie Affair, who was okay on the grass. There's the 11, Let the Fan Out. I don't have a jockey yet. There'll be a jockey change. I'll probably have it in a moment. Also, the Scipion is I have to Scrapple. Remember Scrapple?
Yeah, I remember Scrapple.
Not a great turf horse, but a turf horse nonetheless, and she's never been on the turf before. So just trying to throw some pedigree notes out there, and where you got a long shot on top, and it looks like an open affair.
It is. I'll use Grand Motion 2nd-1, Bossy Pants Bianca. I'd love to know the story behind that naming, but a 4-year-old filly here by Lemon Drop Kid for Grand Motion with Victor Carrasco aboard. It's been working well at Fair Hill. You have to use the 1, Bossy Pants Bianca.
And a good turf number back last time she was on the lawn, though I know a 10-time maiden from Nicotasha, number 7. Tim Keefe finally gets her back on the lawn there, 4th behind Dancing Magician late in the turf season last year over a course that was rated good. So first time going long on a firm turf, kind of an angle there for Nicotasha. There's a lot of angles in here.
Well,
including a 30-degree angle.
There you go.
I threw that theory out a long time ago. You remember the 30-degree angle?
I remember you had a couple winners. You gave me. I was sleeping at Delaware one day, and you woke me up, and you gave me a nice exacta.
It was at Hastings Park. I do remember that.
Hastings Park. Yep.
Yeah.
A dog fig angle.
Yeah.
All right.
First, dog figs are hot. The 30-degree angle's out the window.
All right.
All right.
First race post time right around the corner at 1:10. Sun's coming out. The carryovers are here. Brunch is ready. Good luck today.